Greetings, fellow city builders. This is Captain Obvious, and the road to 1000 population continues. In this episode, I will explain what is the perfect time to start your military kingdom and clergy monastery. And here we are back at Storm's End. So technically, the kingdom and clergy is available immediately when you start the game. So it costs absolutely nothing. So I could, oh well, it costs 25 gold. I'm sorry. Also this costs some, but that's relatively small. But the timing of when to actually start it is the question. So if we look at it, let's try to build it now. So I'm gonna start the castle, and we're just gonna go with the generic one. So in order to build the castle, you will need plank and tools. So plank is relatively early in the game, so I'm gonna place it here. So again, our plan is to place a castle on top of this hill along the cliffs and whatnot. I will place the castle here. Oh, it's outside our territory. Okay, we can remedy that immediately. Okay, I also went ahead and unlocked this tile so that we could gather wood. And as I was saying, so I place it here, and what you need are planks and tools. And tools doesn't come in until later in the game. I'll go ahead and add in the other requirements. So when you start your castle, you're gonna need training. It doesn't matter which one. You can just one. You can just put one of each, and you of course just need a door. And that's all you need just to jumpstart this. Of course, there are other things like sub buildings, but we're just gonna go with the base. So that's what this needs, right? And if we go to the monastery version, so it will need a great hall, but that actually is already with this one. Nevertheless, we could put in the chapel. So the chapel also requires a few things. So I will place it around. So I'm going to have our monastery in this little area. And I'm going to make sure that we have ample space. I will start with the rustic tower. So our door is here. I am going to rotate it here because you need a bell tower, which is what that is. And we also need a main building. So let's add that. And it will also require a door. Okay, so this works for me. And as you can see, it will require tools, planks, polished stone, and just regular stone. So if I build that, so does that mean that all you need is to get as far as getting or being able to make tools, which is kind of what we did in the previous episode? So we are building tools, and we also have several stone cutters. So let me get these. There's a lot of things happening. Okay, yes, so this is the one we're doing. We are building a castle. And it's asking us to build other things. And this is asking for ore. So let's go ahead and provide this. I'm going to try not to get too distracted. So we're going to stockpile an ore. We're going to make sure that we have sufficient ore location. Okay, so as I was saying, so we just technically need those things, right? Those are the base requirement. But however, in my opinion, what you truly need is to set up your city, and you need a lot of gold because just making those tools is going to take a long time. So for example, look at this. Our polished stone is down, and the tools that I have, it's not because I'm building it, it's because I'm buying it, because we have so much gold. We have way too much gold, in fact. So I'm going to use the gold that we are getting, and I am going to buy the things that we need. So for instance, okay, we're not going to sell that. We could buy some stone. We'll buy 100 because we can afford it. It doesn't matter anymore. And we're also going to buy all the other things that we're lacking. So for example, meat. So we're going to buy 100. Bread. Those are the commoner needs. And you know what? We might as well just buy berries. It doesn't really matter. We are just way too rich. And I believe that's it. Okay, so we're gonna wait for that to complete. And now the only thing that we need to worry about is the rest of the city. So for example, we have to do our three habit rule. So for instance, we're gonna check our happiness. So as you can see, we have somebody who is unhappy. He is a serf. He lives nowhere. And other than that, we have also a commoner who is unhappy. So it's taxes and goods. So goods we did not start producing. The only reason why, like, we unlock pretty much everything. So if we go to progression, and we have this now available. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy it since we have way too much gold. So even after we purchase this, we still have too much resources. Because if you look, our income is like it was 800, but because we started buying stuff, of course it's gonna drop. So I'm gonna expect our gold to somewhat balance out. Okay, so other than that, let's discuss the location of things and other things that we can unlock. First, let's make sure people are employed. So I'm going to make sure I put them somewhere. And as for the three habit rule, so we already checked the happiness. We did this one, and then we're going to check the labor influence. So we will see what we can unlock. This one is pretty close. We could go for this. These packages is just more decorative items that we can add. So I think I'm going to hold off and just wait for this one. All we need to do is add in splendor. So that is in the works. And of course, the last thing that you should check are mandates. So this one will require 120 bread, but for the meantime, we'll just go for this. All right, so right now, the things that are happening is this one, the chapel, and this castle. So it is in the works at the moment. What can we do to speed things up? So for instance, here, right, these are our wood choppers, the lumber camp and the sawmills and whatnot. I am going to actually relocate these. So let's put them closer to where they need to chop. So for instance, I've already unlocked this end. Yeah, so I unlocked this end, so we might as well place them all here. So if we did this properly, if you just double click, you'll be able to move the entire thing and don't have to worry about like putting each one by one. It was saying outside territory. Right, let's just grab the rest. Okay, I need to check who is complaining of housing. So his happiness is at 35%. He's also lacking service. The service is going to be made, and we are gonna be given weapons for our castle. So I believe this is complete. So let's add a company, and we just need more people to, and they will be auto conscripted into the military. And this is complete. And again, look at our gold. Oh, that is crazy. We need to just continue building things. Okay, so this one we will require a barracks. So for now, I'm not going to totally like decorate our castle because we are in the, I suppose, feudal age because it's all wood. When we get to a higher tier, we're gonna have stone, and that's when the fun begins. So for the goal for this on the kingdom, what we need is to unlock these right here. So we can do this immediately actually. All we need is to increase our kingdom splendor. We already have 10. The prosperity is already at 250. So let's just do this one, the kingdom splendor. So to add kingdom splendor, of course, we click on this, go to editing, and then we're just going to go for common deco. And it's going to have the Kingdom Splendor icon. And let's go ahead and add 25. So for this one, I don't necessarily want to heavy decorate, but it would it would still be nice if we did it nicely. So for instance, this provides 3. So I'm going to go ahead and use these. So you can see the cost here. It's already plus 10. Let's go ahead and add more. Oh, they're nice. There are some flags that we could utilize. Plus 38, so this is more than enough. Okay, Kingdom 2, already unlocked. So in our progression menu, what we want to take is this one, the Royal Courtier. And this is an extension building, so I'm going to go ahead and add it. So the courtier works exactly as like a bailiff, and it will provide. Ooh, we nearly missed that one. And our population just reached 200. And we're also at the 29th month. We've started the castle or kingdom splendor, or just our military. And we also have the monastery in the works. And we're still totally rich. Okay, I want to double check our the situation with our people. So a lot of serfs are unhappy. The commoners is the one that I'm mostly concerned with. So you can see there's a lot of service issues because our population is at 200 and the capacity of this is only 84, which is very, very bad. I could build this. We probably should, but this is also in the works and it is considered as a chapel by itself. So we're just gonna hope that our people does not complain too much. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another market. So if you notice, I'm not really finalizing my layout. That is because our other goal, we have so many things like this one, the belfry, but we do have the city market. So we could plan the city market as well. And I believe I wanted to place it here. So this is also why I was relocating the sawmill. So I got distracted very easily because you're kind of hopping between many tasks. And with this, we're gonna need storage as well because we have stone deposit here and we also have iron. So I'm gonna build another warehouse. Okay, so a lot of things ongoing all at the same time. So it's gonna get confusing really quickly. Okay, speaking of the where's that? Speaking of the city market, let's go ahead and start one. So the market hall, the proper way to build it is you build like one. So I will place it here. Then I'm going to build the market stall hall. Place it here. And you notice that there's like a crane outside. So I am going to raise it ever so slightly. And I'll also raise this as well. Oh, actually, this should be another one. It should be separated, I mean. And I will show you why. Okay, the windows are matched. And let's go ahead and add another one. I'm going to put the market stall here. It seems short. I'm actually going to make it a little bit taller. Okay, it seems huge, but it is going to be necessary in the long run. Okay, other than this, the other things that you need to relocate are your builder's workshops. So you got to bring that closer to where you place your other things. So for instance, this. This one I'm gonna place on this end because we're building this, right? And all our other tools are on this end. So this is asking us to trade with Davenport with about 1,000 resources. This you should just accept. All right, we are now a hold. So I believe everything here is completed. So this is asking us to assign a spear company to an armory, and all of this is actually here. And then we're also gonna deploy. So let's go ahead and address this immediately. So the royal office requires a heavy fortification, and armory was asking for spear. We can add one person there, and we can start. And there we are. So we have our very first company. So this is asking for heavy fortification. I am not going to build a tower. Instead, I'm going to go for the belfry. So with that said, let's go ahead and, oops. So in this, so you're going to see, so we have our first military, right? And these are the mission list. So you click on it and then you click on your company. Right now it's saying impossible because they need to train. So right now they're in the process of training. So you just have to basically wait until all of them are trained. Okay, we will get to this. It's really starting to get confusing, and we also have this. Wow, I hope everyone can kind of follow of what's going on. So this chapel has a capacity of 44, and so you're gonna see there's a priest that you cannot add. In order to add people here, we need to add a. You go to create a building, and then you can add monks and or nun dorms. I'm gonna go for the monks. We're gonna go for both eventually. So we're gonna put the room here. And of course, what we also want to do is we want to increase the size of the chapel itself. So we have a monk dorm, and I'm also going to add another, or go back to the chapel building, and we're going to add another rustic hall. And this will just be slightly taller. So as you can see, it increases the capacity to 32. Now, as a reminder, all of this is not possible unless you have all the resources. And all the resources that I just discussed, we are purchasing them. We are not just making them, we're also purchasing them. Speaking of which, let me check. Yeah, so there are also other things going on. So for example, we have marble deposit, we have quartz, and still our gold is way too high. Let's see, we got marble here, quartz there. Yeah, so right now I'm just struggling to use the money. Villager path blocked. Where are you trying to go, sir? He's trying to go here. Not sure what the issue is. So I can see all the arrows. Maybe this is too close to the wall. So let's just readjust this one. Okay, hopefully that is fixed. And our warehouse is completed. This will have stone, planks, wood, and iron. Oh, we forgot to release the iron. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and add in the other extensions. So again, you want to make sure that the blue lines are touching each other so that if you want to relocate it, you can just do it in one click. No access to refined food. We got to make sure. Let's check our people happiness. Our commoners are okay. This is the one that's most important for me. Could not reach bench. What bench? There's no bench here. Huh, that's peculiar. Not sure why it's asking for a bench. Okay, I believe this is complete. So let's go ahead and add the market stall. So what I'm going to do is I will... Oh, so I built this for nothing actually. I'm going to remove everyone here. So move the market tenders. And we're gonna relocate them all to this end. So we click on this. We add the food stalls. So it has to be one building, and then you click on it again, and then you add another one. The one in the middle, this is going to be our goods stall, and there's no connection on the back, unfortunately. But for now, two will suffice. And lastly is this building. Okay, I'm going to explain why I separated it. So this one, I'm going to dedicate only to rustic food. So we got berries and we got fish. This one is going to be only common clothes. I'm gonna put two of each, and common wares. This is our starting. And then this one will be for the bread and for the meat. And eventually we're gonna have cheese, so I might as well place it in here. So there are two things to add. Oh, the things are not constructed yet, but there will be the market stalls. So for the meantime, I can put transporter, at least one each for now. Okay, we're at ×8 speed. So we have people ready to fill these jobs. Our gold is nicely balancing out as long as we're not like max capacity. Did I unlock this? Yes. All right. Let me make sure that I am chopping here. And let's not be lazy and de-chop anywhere where there are berries. This is gonna save us in the long run. Okay, I believe that's everything. Okay, this is good. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy that we've lowered our gold, or at least the gold that we're getting per week. Okay, we have this. We have no market stall, so we need to make sure that we enable this. I need to prioritize the building. Otherwise, our people are going to starve. Okay, berries, berries, and you want to put the market tenders. Market tender. Bread and meat. So these tiny missions we need to complete because it adds to our labor splendor. Oh, speaking of which, it's already maxed out. As you can see, the influence cap is at 50. Yeah, we need to utilize this immediately. So I need 70 or around that many. I'm gonna go to ×1 speed because there's a lot going on and I can't catch up. But first things first, I need to make sure that we have people working, especially in our food section. All right, so while that's going on, I'm going to add more deco. And as you can see here, right, I feel that the buildings are too close together, especially here. So I'm going to kind of spread it out ever so slightly. I'm just going to use the decorations to force it to separate a little bit. Oh, by the way, I recently purchased the DLC for more decorative items. So if you click on it, we have a lot of new things, but these things cost some marble and statues, which we don't have. So this is going to be in the long run. But I bought it because I love this game and I enjoy it, and I feel like I'm going to be playing this for quite some time. Oh, so our wood is low. Let's make sure we stockpile this. And we don't have a location for wood. Let me verify that we have. We have planks. Yeah, we do have wood, but we'll probably add a transporter here. Okay, so right now I really need to unlock this one. So we just need 300. We are currently at 272. So let's just continue decorating. Okay, that's a pretty neat separation here. So at least we have some space to look at, and I'm gonna apply the same thing on the other side now. As you can see, it was at labor influence 51. So this is why I'm very, very eager to utilize it. You can't make it cap, otherwise you just wasted time. So this is why I do the three-step rule to make sure that we are using the things that we need, or we're not wasting time and just letting it sit there. Just a reminder that I do fast forward time lapses, which shortens 30 seconds to 2 minutes of wait and idle times just to mere seconds for a better viewing experience. And it also cuts down about 2 hours worth of recording to just about an hour more or less after the YouTube video is published. I thank you for your understanding and support. And there we are, Labor Splendor 5. So immediately I'm going to unlock the belfry. And with that, oops. Yep, we have rustic food surplus. Everyone is happy. Let me make sure this is operating well. Oh, let's check. Yeah, we have a lot of people unhappy at the moment because we were like building. We were focused on building. Yep, we have rustic food issues. Let me make sure I distribute them properly. Oh, so right now we only have one transporter, so that's what's happening. So we need to, I believe we need to remove these guys and make sure we have sufficient transporters. I'm gonna double check if we lost anyone. Okay, so no one left. That's good. Ah, and finally, this also completed. All we need to do is add in a monk. However, I believe the new person was a female, so it has to be a nun, and we don't have any nun dorms. I'm gonna go ahead and add a nun dorm then. So we click on the nun dorm. I mean, we could also wait for a male immigrant, but I'm gonna build it in any case. And it's asking us to host a berry fair. However, I think we're gonna pass on this because we have a happiness issue. So let's go ahead and do this some other time. Let's go back to our castle and see what we can do here. Oh, that's right. So we unlocked the belfry, and this one is asking for heavy fortification. So I am going to go ahead and place in the belfry here. So a monument, then you click on the city market, and here is the belfry. And I am going to place it right over here where it's touching. If you want it to be a little more accurate, like if you want it to connect, we can use this thing. Oops, I did not deliver. That's unfortunate. I'm going to try to connect it this way. Oops, that's not what I intended. Okay, there you go. So now it's at least more aligned. Then I can just delete this. Let's make sure that this has enough height. And I'll put it around like this. Ooh. Oh, it's requiring a door. Okay. Any door will do. Okay, so as soon as this builds, we should be able to add in our, where is he? Yeah, we're gonna add our courtier. Okay, new people, and hopefully we'll be able to put a monk in here now. There you go. Okay, now it is active, so people can now attend church here. So the good thing about this is it increased the maximum capacity to 76. There you go. Some people are going in. Okay, because that was access to service was in dire need. And let's make sure that this is complete. I'm gonna go ahead and serve this. So we're serving 2 of each. So here we get to choose. I want the points more, but we don't have the capacity for that. We should actually utilize it first. So in order to do that, we need to unlock these things. So we need to like build stuff. And for this end, we also have kingdom influence. We should be adding a privilege. We have 13, and we could add, let's say, bow warfare. And we want to get this as well. Okay, this thing, dismiss the opportunity for now. Yeah, so I'm going to guess this will return. So for now, I'm going to decline it. And in order to increase it, we need to, so if you see here, we just need 25 splendor. So that means we just need to decorate. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to go ×1 speed because a lot of things happen while I'm decorating. It'll be a lot better if I just kind of calm down a bit. And you know what? I need to add more things to the side. So I'm going to increase the capacity of this. So we go back to our chapel, go to our rooms, and we're going to add an extension. Okay, that looks good. I am happy about that. I can relocate this. The great thing about this game is there's no collision. This should be on this side, actually. Oh, it's a granary. Okay, speaking of which, let's go back to our deco, because that was our goal. So I made this so that I could plan things out here. So for instance, I'm going to be using these ones. Let me check if I can utilize the new things, and it's not available. Okay, so I guess it's just on common deco. Okay, I am gonna use this. It's unfortunate that this thing doesn't really connect, but I think we can just decorate around that or make use of the extension. Okay, that was a mistake deleting that. Let me go ahead and add this one. Okay, clergy number 2. So instantly I'm gonna start purchasing. We're gonna go for the emissary and clergy privilege. Privilege. And let's go ahead and click on the privilege immediately. Oh, I missed to add the other one. So for this one, the empty slot, we are gonna go for trade price bonus. We don't need because we have a lot of gold already. What we can do is reduce the upkeep of buildings. And we're gonna do the same thing with the other side. So you notice all three is highlighted or selected. And now what we need is kind of like the bailiff's office. Let me check around the city. Okay, no issue. So we need to add a that building. What is it called? Emissary office. Okay. So the emissary office does not need to be that huge. So I am gonna place it here at the corner. No, I kind of want a bell tower. Let me check if we can afford more deco. Oh, we need 5 to unlock. Alright, so we're gonna hold off on it then. We're gonna wait until we have plus 5. Okay, other than that, our happiness went up. Let's check. So you've noticed me kind of ignoring the housing because they're pretty much high. So 62. Yeah, serfs don't usually just leave unless you're not feeding them. And I'm pretty sure they're fed because we have equal or way above more berries than we are of the population. Oh, look at this. It finally finished. That looks great. Oh, we need to add more here so that this pushes out ever so slightly. Let me just finish this one. Okay, that is looking a lot better, right? Even if we change the time of day, it's pretty sweet. Okay, I believe I can continue times 3 speed. See what's going around or what's happening around here. Oh, this is bad. I had it like stuck for a while. Oh, there's a lot of things I'm falling apart on. Okay, so if we check our military, you can see that they are 100% ready to fight. Our might here is 54 of 60. So if you go to our mission list, this is the only one available. So we click on this, you click on the mission, so you're going to see the success probability is fair. So our might is 54 and we need around plus 18 might. So we should be able to win this. So let's go ahead and deploy. And there is our very first mission. And right now, this is ongoing. We are chopping wood here. Our gold is still pretty darn high. And this, we can... Ooh. For now, I don't think we have enough time to do this. So I'm going to actually ignore. So we're going to dismiss it for now. However, I will build the things that it needs. So it is asking us to build herbs. So if you click on chapel, then we go to the create sub building. Then we could create a herb garden. The herb garden is here. So we need a hut for that. I'm going to place it right here. By the way, these things will require doors. So I'm going to go ahead and add some doors. So I'm not going to decorate for the meantime because we're going to have our bailiff's office and the bailiff's office is going to add for more deco. And we're going to do the same exact thing that we did with our bailiff's office here. So as you can see, our trade price bonus is at 278%. But it's not going to be under trade price bonus. It's going to be something else. Oh, we need one more. Oh, speaking of which, let's go check our trade. So we should be able to unlock this. It requires 15, however. And also this will require 15. Okay, there we go. 5 clergy points. Oh, so that 5 clergy points is not actually supposed to be for this. I want to unlock this instead. This will cost 20. Yeah, we need a lot of clergy splendor. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this one instead. Well, beekeeping is much more profitable. Yeah, so for this one, it has a cross, it has a gargoyle, but I never really utilized that. So I'm just gonna go for this one. So with that placed down, we need to really put down that we need to place down that emissary office. So let's choose a location. I'm gonna place it here. No, actually, first let me go to chapel. So this is our chapel right here. I am going to add an extension on this side. Then I'm gonna place this. So this is our emissary office. Okay, chapel plus 32. Boom. And including this one. Right, now we just wait. Our goal is still way too high. Let me check if we can buy anything. I think we have everything that we need. Oh, our rustic food is running low, so let's add more foragers. Ah, so what do we do with this end? This we could delete now. This has to be relocated. So our boar is on this end. So if we look here, this is where we are. This is our hunting ground. I'm gonna stop chopping wood here so that this will be all dedicated for just boar hunting. And it doesn't help if we're chopping the wood. And in fact, we are going to increase the forester camp area. Okay, that should more than suffice. And we're gonna relocate this granary. So again, just double click and then relocate it here. So I placed it here, which is near the butchery. So we have boar. We should also have meat. And berries, we're going to replace with meat as well. And add another berry brew. Okay, that should be good. Ah, herb garden. So the herb garden will require, what do you call that? These things, the planters. So I'm going to go ahead and add these things. Okay, that should more than suffice. So I'm gonna slowly add more people here. So for now, we don't have any male residents. This is why we can't click on this. So how does this work? So the jobs here, so for instance, the herb garden, we're gonna have some people there, and they automatically assign. So you just need to make sure that you have more than enough of the monks or nuns. Oh, and finally, we're losing gold. Okay. And this is still under production. I believe we're just lacking iron. So let's go ahead and buy some iron. Accumulate 200 wheat. Oh, we don't have this at the moment. So I am going to dismiss for the meantime. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that wheat. Anything, all those small missions, we might as well purchase it so that when it comes back around, we have it. And again, we're not worried about our income because our bank is still pretty darn high. Okay, I'm gonna work on this one. So we need 75 clergy splendor. So we are not building anything at the moment. We have some housing inefficiency. Let's check our happiness just before we start that. Yep, it's mostly housing. I'm gonna fix that in soon. Hey, and this is asking for a Grange. I don't know how to pronounce that. So let's go ahead and provide that. So that's this thing. I'm gonna place it on the other side. Okay, so this is complete. Our emissary office. Click to assign an emissary. So this one we have to choose wisely. So this is combat training. They're all combat training. Wow, not a lot to choose, eh? Let's see what happens if we add in a female. Will that change the options? No, it's all exactly the same. Okay, so might as well go for it. Perfect timing, and I believe this one, yep, this is still under construction. I can prioritize that one. And so while that's ongoing, I'm gonna go ahead and decorate this. Let's first add a door. And I'm gonna go ahead and just place in the common deco. So again, we just need to make sure that we click on the emissary office, right? Click on the emissary office and then click on the building. And this should help increase its stats. Okay, clergy level 3. So if we look here, this is now available. We just need 20. So hopefully the tiny mission will come around, and we just need to make sure that we have the splendor required. No, actually, it is already available, but I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, we need 75. Oh, so I only unlocked this. Sorry, my mistake. No, this was already unlocked. All right, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh, here, 76. Yeah, so this is unlocked. Huh. My apologies. So I could hold it out for here for now. And let's check the percentage. So now it's at 36%. So if I just continue doing that, it's going to continue increasing, which will improve the speed of our training speed of our military. So this and this, I also want to wait until this is completed so we can assign another perk. Okay, +2. So we got too much stone. Let's make sure we pacify these things. So I've been ignoring. Oh yeah, this is one thing. See, I even forgot to do this. You're supposed to improve the trade route. Let's go for this one first, since it's what we have. If we look at this, it costs 125. So you know what? I'm gonna increase to 150, and including the tools to 150. See, so what have we done so far? So we are moving forward, but in the same time, we're using money instead of actually waiting for things to construct or to complete. Yeah, because as you can see, we're like lacking people. And the last thing for this one that's asking for is a scriptorium. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that last building. So that's on this end. Okay, build all. And I'm also gonna add a chapel. So if you notice, I keep adding chapel, and I'm not like duplicating things. Everything here is of one. So if you look at the chapel is this thing built, this building here, and then I have this is a monk dorm, and then I have a chapel, and then this is a nun dorm, and then this is another chapel, so it still kind of connects because if you notice it goes too far. So what I do is I put a building in between and then add another chapel, because eventually what I want to do is I want to delete this, and this is going to be our main church for everyone. So right now our capacity is at nearly 200, and we're just gonna need a few more. So with that said, as I mentioned, I want to add another chapel, and we're gonna use the same building as this one. I'll place it here. I'm trying to mirror this. So in terms of the influence, what I want to use that for is to unlock the trade route. Oh, we have this available already. Okay. So we can sell marble and quartz, so more money basically. And for this one, we want to sell honey. So I'm going to do that immediately. So the marble, let's click on it. So this thing is blocking this pop-up. I'm just going to go F trade route. Oops. No, resources F4. Then we're going to find marble and we're going to sell everything, and also quartz. Okay, our thing here is complete. So now we can assign a courtier. So this one is job learning and happiness. We're gonna go for job learning speed. Okay, there we go. So we're at month 34. We have the monastery and we have the castle in production, and yep, everything seems to be working fine. And all we need to do is just increase our housing capacity, but overall it is looking pretty balanced without any real issues. Let me assign these people so you can see our berries is low. I'm gonna make sure we assign berries, so F6 foragers. Okay, and just to recap what we did today is we built our monastery and our castle keep, and our goal here. So if we look at the progression, we want to unlock this one so that we have modest turret, which is stone, by the way. So what we have now is all rustic, meaning they're just pretty much wood, and this is why I do not want to decorate as much. Instead, I want to immediately jump to this so that I could like really start decorating all around the area with stone walls and whatnot, and that's when I'm gonna really start to have fun. So that is our one goal here. So all we need to do is to add 75 splendor, but of course we also need 20 kingdom influence. We currently have 11, and as for the clergy, it's pretty much the same thing here. We want to increase our options of building, so we're going to go for the modest, or yeah, just more options. And of course we want to unlock this and this as well. So, and right now, so we have also added a royal office, and this will increase the job learning of our people. Of course, all I need to do is add more decorations, and that's pretty much the same thing that we did here. So this one is combat training. We will eventually increase our army. I will demonstrate how to do that. And the other thing that we added was this thing, the city market. Everyone should start utilizing the city market, and I have divided it in two areas. One side is for the rustic, and the other one is for all the commoners and higher up like citizens. And so if you look at the difference, so this has a capacity of 80, so it's 20 each for each stall, right? But it also comes with its own transporter or storage. So it's basically a market stall with a granary. However, the big difference is This cannot store all types of food and things. So for instance, if I wanted to switch this to something else, notice that the options are less. There's no meat, right? While if you look at this one, the options here are much more wider. So you have to realize that difference. Nevertheless, all you need to do is just make sure that this only stores the essentials. And lastly, the other thing that I unlocked was the belfry. And the belfry I placed here. So I placed it here because eventually I am going to populate some houses on this end. And I'm going to show you how to properly place that all around your city as well.